Lawrence Stroll has went all out with acquisitions in the past of Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, and most recently Adrian Newey. But this could be the biggest one of the lot, and it could be the biggest dent in his bank account because we're not talking millions, we're talking a billion. Welcome back to Fog Racing. An absolutely insane amount, but you know what? Yeah, Max Verstappen easily, for me, the best guy on the grid right now. But if you're replacing Alonso with Verstappen and keeping Lance Stroll, it just undermines everything you're trying to build.
I mean, it depends what you're trying to build. I guess if he wants a drivers' championship, he doesn't need two good drivers. Red Bull, we've seen them still win the drivers' championship with a donkey in the second car. Would Lance Stroll take that? Lawrence Stroll, would he be happy with his son still being shite and not winning constructors if it meant winning drivers? I think he would.
No, I think he would, but I think honestly for a team, in order to get, stay up the top, they need two drivers consistently to get them up to the top level. If you look at Ferrari's resurgence recently and McLaren, they've had two drivers to get them there. Aston Martin in 2023 were good, but they fell off in the second half. But if Stroll was just as good as Alonso, they could have finished quite high up the constructors, but he's no good. How much better would it be from an Aston Martin perspective if they had Max and Alonso? I know Alonso's 45 almost, right? But Lance Stroll, he's never winning anything. How long's this guy going to keep a drive? I'm not even taking the piss. They'd be as well firing Lawrence Stroll in at 60. Honestly, would it be worse?
Wonder how much he pays his son. Out of curiosity.
I mean, if he's whipping out billions of dollars, man, I'm sure he can afford to pay his son a good wee piggy bank. But in terms of this deal, would Max Verstappen go? I tell you what, Adrian Newey has a few years of building that car. 2026, new regulations, the amount of money that this guy's got, it would be. I think it would be a better deal than Red Bull. Red Bull are kind of just going completely off the rails, losing people left, right, and centre. You've got Jos Verstappen, Helmut Marko, and that prick Christian Horner, who I don't actually mind. Don't really know why I call him a prick, but you know what? You've got them all battling for control.
But when you're growing up, man, nobody wants to drive. Does anybody really want to drive for all that energy drink?
No, Aston Martin. Yeah, you're right. Aston Martin's a brand.
It's a car
James
brand,
Bond, all that shit.
Like, people do dream up, saying, I want to drive for McLaren, I want to drive for Ferrari. I don't really recall many people saying, I want to drive for Red Bull.
No one really. I mean, obviously.
Obviously, if they've got the best car, you want to drive for them, but I'm just talking about, prestige-wise, history-wise. Lewis is going to Ferrari because it's kind of ticking off a box. If you look at F1, all the greats at one point do go to Ferrari.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone that we've seen in Formula 1...
Who's the best driver that's never went to Ferrari? I mean, when you think of it like that, I mean...
If we're talking...
Senna?
If we're talking from the millennium...
Aye.
Probably Rosberg. I can't think of... Or Button.
Rosberg, Button, Hakkinen. Hakkinen just scraped into the 2000s, but... It's a tough one. Because they've all went, Vettel, Hamilton, Alonso, Raikkonen, all these, obviously Schumacher.
Alright, but Hakkinen was never going to Ferrari in the Schumacher era, so let's not count that.
Oh, I know, but once you start whipping stuff out like that, then it's well...
No, listen, see if Schumacher never came back for his broken legs, who's to say Hakkinen...
Well, he did.
Yeah, but Hakkinen...
Maybe he's planning another comeback.
Right, okay.
No, I know, I understand, right? See, in the late 90s, yeah, you can shake the head all you want, but you know what?
I'll shake the head because I made a very good point there and you've just tried to downplay it as if it's not.
I am not downplaying it. Mika Hakkinen was quite unlucky. You know what? If Michael Schumacher didn't exist, I would actually bet decent-sized money that he would have ended up at Ferrari. But where do you draw the line?
Why are you disputing what I'm saying then? It's a very... decent point that I made.
Yeah, but where do you draw the line? I mean, you could look at Max Verstappen and be like, well, he never went to Ferrari because they had Kimi and Vettel, then they were shite, and then they had Hamilton and Leclerc.
Kimi and Vettel were never treated like undisputed number one, so if you can't, I don't even know why you're suggesting that.
Yeah, but they don't need to be treated as an undisputed number one to get to the team. The team's just maybe not available. It's like McLaren and Ferrari in the 90s.
We'll agree to disagree. Right? I'm sure that there was. Of course, man. They had Eddie Irvine, they had Barrichello. There was seats available. It was just a combination of, I don't think Hakkinen would go to play second fiddle to Schumacher.
Yeah, I know that, but it doesn't have to be a case of, oh, every time there's a seat available, it has to be because there's a number one and a number two. With Verstappen, the reasons why he's not went to Ferrari is probably because when you get up to like world champion status, Ferrari haven't been there. Why would he go to Ferrari?
We're not talking about Verstappen,
I'm talking about Verstappen as an example.
And what I'm saying, I think Verstappen will be in a Ferrari one day.
You think he will? Well, that's alright, I think he probably will be too, but I'm talking about right now.
No, I was talking about Hakkinen and Schumacher.
Why didn't Hakkinen go to Ferrari before Schumacher went to Ferrari then? I'll tell you why. Because Schumacher delivered in the Benetton and Hakkinen didn't. Anyway, this is like 30-odd-year-old talking F1 pish. We're talking about the hair and the fucking now. Will Aston Martin win a world championship in the 2020s? I'm actually going to say yes. Because Adrian Newey delivers car after car, banger after banger after banger.
Just a shame it won't be Alonso winning it, but here, maybe he can claim he built the foundations.
Yo, I totally understand, right, that Alonso is getting old, and you know what? If there's a guy to replace him, it's Max Verstappen. But part of my stomach would turn if Aston Martin delivered a car and they get rid of Alonso and kept Lance Stroll. That's fucking disgusting.
Well, let's be honest. How many years has Alonso got left? I'd say 2 at the most.
Oh, that is the conundrum.
No, I know.
I think this is for 2026.
I know he spoke about staying on till he's 50.
I think Lance Stroll's doing that.
For me, Alonso will be gone after the 2026, and that's if he stays that long.
Yeah.
But I think you could argue that
See his neck picture though.
But I think you could argue that if he's going to stay if he's going to stay this season, then why wouldn't he just risk one more with the changes? I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Alonso absolutely dismantle Lance Stroll. What would Max Verstappen do to
No,
Lance
we could
Stroll?
even if Alonso just stays for the first few races of 2026, see what the car's like, and if it's no good, be like, alright, see you later.
Lance, you take over, buddy. But anyway, I mean, I'll rank this out of 10. I mean, 1 billion's a lot of money, and it's not like, it's not like Minardi are offering 1 billion here. It's a team with a bit of potential.
Yeah,
so.
And it's not like Red Bull are at their peak dominance. So you've got to factor that in as well. He's not leaving like the undisputed best car in the grid. There's a difference there. Is what it is.
Could go to Mercedes if Antonelli doesn't work out.
I mean, look, we've seen Vettel have great success at Red Bull. But,
Not so much elsewhere.
Well, no, the point was, he wasn't long leaving them to go to Ferrari.
I know Vettel fucking hung Red Bull out to dry.
Now, would he have left if he was winning 5 titles in a row and he hadn't been battered by Ricciardo?
No, I don't think he would have.
That's
It's all about perspective, guys, but we'll see how this one goes. The F1 season, under 2 months to go. The lights out in Australia. Hopefully you guys will be there for the ride, because Fog Racing's going to deliver this year, aren't they?
They are going to, same way like Hamilton, these kind of guys leave when they're not on top. Hamilton left McLaren when they weren't on top. Hamilton left Mercedes when they weren't on top. Max is currently winning titles, but...
Yeah, it's very rare that someone actually leaves while the team is on top, out of their own accord. I mean, honestly, when you think of like the last time this has happened, if it wasn't a retirement...
Schumacher.
Schumacher. I mean, Alonso 2007, but that
Benetton.
was kind of just like, fuck, I'm away. I can't be here anymore. I need to go back to Renault, buddy. But, you're right, Benetton. But yeah, Benetton were on top. That's a key point.
Would Alonso be the last driver to actually leave a championship winning team?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And we can talk about
Some people, it's not. It was a championship. I mean, they should have won the constructors. They just get fucked out of it. Spygate.
No, you're on about. You didn't win the driver's stamp. We're on about.
You on about 2006?
Aye.
I'm on about 2007.
Well, no, I'm quite clear. We're on about drivers that have won the title and then they've decided just to leave anyway. That's clearly what we were
You can
talking
actually
about.
argue then Alonso in back-to-back seasons left 2 teams that were very much world championship winners / contenders. And let's be honest, 2007 McLaren fucking fumbled big time.
Right, well, here, we can agree to disagree.
I mean, we can agree to that. It's factual information.
Well, here, my point was he left Renault.
I did. But you know what? The writing was on the wall with Renault. I'm actually surprised how Renault delivered those cars in 2005 and 06.
What do you mean the writing was on the wall?
Looking back, it's almost
So
like,
did you-
it was
hold
almost
on.
like a freak incident that Renault were that. Well, I'll say that good. I think it was Alonso overperforming as well.
Did you know towards the end of 2006 that here next year they're going to be shite?
Well, I was 6 years old, mate, so I didn't really. I can't really recall at the time.
Because I didn't.
Yeah, but looking back,
I thought Alonso was making a. I mean, McLaren wasn't that great in 2006. I thought Alonso was making a downward step. I was like, what's he doing this for? Other than maybe money.
yeah, but obviously,
But Renault never recovered for that.
we now know.
But then again, Renault up until 2005, apart from 2005, 2006, they weren't a championship winning team.
Yeah, and you don't know how long it's going to be. Here, if Alonso leaves Renault in 2006 and goes to Ferrari instead of McLaren, he probably wins the 07 and 8 title. And then with that extra momentum and money and shit, maybe they build a better car for 2010, etc., etc., etc.
It'd be interesting to know, when was Raikkonen signing for Ferrari? I'm assuming Raikkonen signed for Ferrari before Alonso signed for McLaren.
Which freed up his spot. But then I'm going to assume Hamilton was signed after Alonso. There's no way McLaren couldn't have been going into 2007 with Hamilton in an open spot.
No.
So, as good as Hamilton is, folks, they didn't quite know how good he would be back then. Anyway, is Max Verstappen worth $1 billion? I mean, personally, I think this is fucking crazy money, but...
Is this channel worth 1 billion views? Maybe not, but hit the like button, we'll see how many we can get.
Yeah, but, I mean, if Max delivers a title for Aston Martin, he'll consider it a job done, Lawrence, but I just don't... I mean, I can see it happening, but where they are right now, which is like, what, 8th fastest team? Fuck me, man, that's going to take some doing. Anyway, till next time, peace.